Today we're going to be talking about the differences between membership sites and online courses, the pros and cons of each, and which I think you should be using if you're just getting started with your online business. Ready? Let's do this. Hey gang, welcome back. My name is Jim. If you're new to the channel, I am an online business lawyer turned YouTube entrepreneur, and on this channel we share the practical strategies and tools that you need to use to start, build, grow, and yes, legally protect your online business so that you can live a life filled with freedom financially, freedom of time, and freedom of location. Today, we're going to be talking about membership sites versus online courses. It's like the age-old debate. But before we get into that, I want to tell you a quick backstory. Now, I successfully launched my first online business back in 2020 after the pandemic started from my home office. It was a legal toolkit that was geared towards helping online entrepreneurs to legally protect their online businesses. And included in this toolkit were a series of videos that basically taught people everything they needed to know to legally protect their online business. We had my most often used legal templates for online business. And then also I included a series of coaching calls. There were 4 coaching calls that I conducted with the students that were in that initial beta round to help provide them with even more value, get answers to their questions, and help to inform me about the main issues that maybe I missed when I was creating the program. And I successfully sold that program as a standalone product for a little more than a year when I realized that I was starting to crave some more personal connection with my students. The problem I was facing was that I couldn't continue to invest more time and effort into doing monthly coaching calls with my students if I wasn't getting paid for the effort, which at the time I wasn't. So what I started doing was I stopped promoting that program as a standalone course and instead included that program in a monthly membership that I began offering to people that included 2 coaching calls per month as well as additional community through online forums. And I've been running my membership program in this fashion for about the past 9 months or so. But there's a problem. And it's a pretty big problem. And the problem is that I'm selling this coaching program for 1/10 of the price that I was selling the course for when I was selling it as a standalone course. And without that initial cash inflow from people signing up for the course, the business revenue for my online business has actually been dwindling down. Because rather than selling let's say 10 courses in a single month and generating about $10,000 in revenue, let's say I sell 10 memberships, and yes, the lifetime value of those people might be at least $10,000 in revenue, but I'm not going to see that money for the next year as opposed to what I'm actually getting, which is about $1,000 a month from those 10 members. And unless you're a huge business that has a big cash injection and can afford to continue paying expenses while you are waiting for people to realize that lifetime value, that is a problem. And so before I tell you what I intend to do about this problem in my business, I want to give you some background on the pros and cons and the differences between membership sites, which is kind of what I'm running now, and online courses, which is what I was doing when I first started. Now, membership sites are really the holy grail of online business. They provide a stability, they provide predictable revenue, they allow you to create content as you go. So if somebody invests in your membership and you promise them, content each month, then you kind of create that content as you go, as opposed to giving them all the content at the very beginning and then not providing anything after that. Membership sites frequently are going to be more affordable for your students because, like I said, I'm charging 1/10 the value of my course for my membership. And membership sites also allow you to build more community with your students and have more interaction with your students, which is what I personally was really craving and one of the main reasons why I wanted to switch to a membership site model. But at the same time, there are some drawbacks to membership sites, such as you have to create content on a regular basis. You can't just stop creating content. You have to be creating value on a monthly basis, because if you don't show up and provide that value to your students, then chances are they're probably going to just cancel because they're not going to see the value in staying with your membership. In addition, and this just is something that happens, you are going to experience churn. And churn is frequently cited as a percentage. So if you have 5% churn, that means that you started the month with 100 members, you ended the month with 95 members, that means you lost 5, so that's 5% churn. And so the idea here is you need to keep your churn as low as possible, and you need to continue to add members on a monthly basis. So if you lose 5 members in 1 month, you need to bring on an additional 5 members just to stay even moving forward. I will also say about memberships that even though the price point is 1/10 that of a course, there's a lot of people who are very loath to bring out their pocketbook for a membership program that they know they're going to get charged each and every month versus a one-time payment. And I know this is true because I sent out a survey to all of you, and 70% of you said that you would rather pay once for lifetime course than pay recurring for a monthly membership. And this is even if the lifetime course is 10 times the value of the membership. So it's going to take you almost a year to pay the same amount of money as you're going to pay for that lifetime course. You'd still rather pay for the lifetime course. All right, coffee break. Cheers. This is like one of my favorite mugs, by the way. My I Need My Space mug. You see that? Yeah, I got that at NASA back when I used to live in Florida. Okay, so we've talked about memberships, but what about courses? You know, memberships, they've got some good, they've got some bad. How do courses compare? Well, the nice thing about courses, the benefits to courses, is they're actually relatively easy to set up. It doesn't require any ongoing effort from you. Once you've got the course built, that's it. You don't have to do any more work. You don't have to provide any more assistance or value on a monthly basis to get somebody to stay a member because people already paid you for that course. So as long as you can get them through your refund period, if you're not doing a refund period, I actually recommend you do a refund period for your courses. I offer a 30-day refund period for all of my courses. But once you finish that and you can get them through that 30-day refund period, it's non-refundable at that point and you've got the money, the course is created. That's it, you're done. The only exception, of course, to this would be if you decide to update your courses from time to time, which I think is probably a good idea to do every several years at least, especially if you're doing courses about things that may change over time. Second major benefit of courses is that you can create a course that provides a certain result to your students. And by doing it that way, you know that you can basically say, if you invest this amount of money in this course, you're gonna see this amount of return for the money that you spent. As Mr. Miyagi said in The Karate Kid, teacher say, student do. And that's the way it works with courses. You say what the student needs to do, they do it. And because you've got a replicable system built into your course, then ideally your student is going to get the result that they are paying for when they join your course. Another main benefit to courses is that you're getting more revenue up front. So as opposed to if I sold 10 memberships per month and I'm selling them for, let's say, $100 per month for a membership, that's $1,000 in revenue. If I'm selling 10 courses and they're $1,000 each, then that's $10,000 in revenue. Now, even though that's $10,000 revenue is all I'm ever going to get from those 10 students, unless they purchase something else from me, when I bring on 10 memberships, that the lifetime value of them is as of yet unknown. Some of those people might stay 1 month, some of them might stay 10, some of them might stay 5. So we really don't know. So you have to average it out over time to figure out what the lifetime value of your customers typically is. So the nice thing from that standpoint about courses is you're getting that revenue up front that you can then redeploy into your business in the form of hiring more staff, running more ads, and getting more revenue for your business. And then once you've got the course finished, you don't have to do any more work. Now you can develop a system that you can sell that course on Evergreen, which means that you've got sales coming in on a regular basis without you doing any more work. Man, courses sound great. How do I get signed up? Well, hold on just a second. There are some drawbacks to courses as well, and let's talk about those for just a minute. One of the main drawbacks, there is a lot more upfront work. It takes a long time to develop a course. The course that I'm working on right now, I finished 3 modules, and I wanted to have this course done in January. It's taken me so long and so much work to get through all the materials and to build this course out. I'm almost done. I'm on the home stretch, but it takes a long time to build a course. And so it's not something that's just going to happen overnight. But once you get it done, you're done. And that's a good thing. Some people would argue that selling a course is actually a harder sell than selling a membership because of the higher price point. I don't know that I agree with that. I actually found it much easier to sell courses than I found it to sell memberships. And that's just been my experience over 9 months. I don't know why that is the case, but again, I think it goes back to the fact that people don't like the idea of pulling out their wallet and giving money every single month to something that honestly they don't have any exposure to. But that again is one of the reasons why I offer a 30-day money back guarantee, because I want people to get in, test it, see that they like it, attend some of the coaching calls, and hopefully stay members. I don't know. It really is kind of 6 and 1/2 dozen of the other, if you ask me. I'm not sure which one is better. Some people would argue it's harder to sell courses. I don't necessarily think that's true. Along those lines, one of the nice things about membership is that you don't have to bring in a bunch of new members each month to keep that stable revenue. Versus courses, you need new leads and new sales each month to generate more revenue. Again, this is one of those issues where I think that's debatable. You're going to have some people that are going to cancel. You're going to have people whose credit cards are going to get declined. So you're going to have people that just kind of fall off the map in your membership, and you're going to need to replace them or your revenue is going to start to go down. And because you're charging a much lower amount per month, for example, I would need 10 new members to come in to earn the same amount of revenue from month 1 that I would need from selling one course. Can you do 10 members versus 1? I think it's easier to sell one person a $1,000 course than 10 people on a $97 a month program. That's just me. Now, the other major drawback that people would say to courses is that you need to do a lot of paid ads to get people into your program, maybe to send them to an evergreen webinar or a challenge or something like that. Again, I debate that. And the reason I say that is because since you're getting so much more revenue up front from course sales, you actually have more wiggle room with your ads. So you can spend more money on ads and make that up in the first month with course sales versus a membership program where you got to get a lot of new members in to make the numbers work. And sometimes that's hard to do. So you might actually be losing money on a per member basis for the first 2 or 3 months that somebody is a member, versus you're making money from day 1 with courses. So that's another thing to think about. How do you choose between the two? Do you go with a membership program? Do you go with a course? I don't have any preconceived notion here. I'm not here to tell you that one is any better than the other, but what I am here to tell you is that in my mind, I don't think you have to choose. And that's kind of a new concept that I just kind of figured that out this week. And this is what I'm going to be testing in my business. That being said, before I tell you exactly what I'm going to do, my recommendation for you is if you're just starting out, go with the course. Pre-sell the course, then build the course, and then continue trying to sell that course and validate that offer moving forward. And I think that's the best way to get started because you're going to generate cash faster in your business, and you need that cash to bring on, to do more money in ads, maybe to bring on a virtual assistant to help you, to do other things like that. You need that money. If you're starting off with a membership from day 1, it's going to take you a lot more time to become profitable with your business. And that's the experience that I've had in trying to build my membership over the past 9 months. So once you have that course set up and you've got one and you start selling that course, then you can decide what you want to do in terms of whether or not you want to bring a membership into your business. Once you have people who purchase your course and love your course, if they want ongoing mentoring and coaching, it's going to be much easier to sell them into that program than it is to sell a cold lead into a membership program. So that begs the question, what is it that I'm going to do in my business? Well, here's what I plan to do. Right now, I've got a number of different courses that are included in my membership program. So when you sign up for the membership program, you get access to each of those courses as long as you remain a member. What I plan to do though is I'm actually going to switch that, and I am going to sell all those courses as standalone products at a little bit higher price point. And then the people that go through those courses and programs and really love them, then I'm going to allow them to then become members in my membership community, where we're going to provide an even higher level of touch point. And that's going to be possible because of the initial revenue I'm getting from selling the courses. And so the membership does not include the courses, but it will include mentoring, it'll include coaching, it's going to include access to a private community where you can ask questions and different things like that. So it's a lot higher level of touch, but that only is going to be available to people who have purchased the courses first. I do want to tell you, if you're interested in joining my membership or purchasing any of my courses, I'm going to include a link down in the description below to what we're doing right now. In the meantime, if you like this video and you'd like to learn more about how to start, build, and grow your online business, I've done a whole playlist with some of my most popular videos right here. You can check it out. Thank you so much for watching, folks, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.